Hey Daily Dosers, my name is Chase. I'm one of our pastors up in the Temecula campus, and this week we're going to be talking about patterns of prayer. Now, I know that usually when we talk about prayer, it's talking to God, it's our to-do list, it's the vending machine that you go to, you stick a couple bucks in, then you expect, all right, give me whatever I just paid for, and yet we know that there's so much more to prayer. So this week we're going to be looking about some different aspects of prayer and what it does for you. So today specifically we're going to talk about gratitude because it really changes your perspective on what God is doing, what he has done, or what he's going to do in the future. You know, I think about my relationship with my wife, and if I leave her a to-do list as I leave the house for the day for work or errands or whatever I'm doing, and I say, hey, could you get these 3 to 5 things done by the time I get back? I go about and do whatever I'm doing, and then I come back, and the first thing that I ask is, did you get everything done? Imagine how well that goes over. I can tell you from experience, not well. Good thing I have a comfortable couch at the office because I don't have any perspective or any concept of what the day has held. See, I've got a 2 and a 4-year-old at home, and so to say that everything should be seamless and easy and you should have all the time in the world to do what I've asked you to do, we all know that's not true. And so if I change and show up at home and I say, hey, how was the day? How'd the kids do? Now I get to understand this is why some of the things that I asked as I look around the house and I see whether some things were done or not. I don't even have to ask, hey, why didn't this get done? Because imagine leading with that question, why didn't you get these things done while I was gone? And yet that's the attitude that we show up with in prayer a lot of the times. We go to God and here's my laundry list of things that I want you to do, and there's no recollection of what he's already done for us. See, a verse that comes to mind quickly is Philippians 4:6. We all know it, but if we put it in the perspective of what gratitude brings and how it changes our mindset before, then it really changes, okay, what am I coming to God with right now? It says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, make your requests known to God. See, if I start with, okay, thank you, Lord, for the laundry list of things that you have given me, a house over my head, heat during the cold months, AC during the warm months, cars that work, food on the table, family, kids, friends, and then you start going down these rabbit holes of when God has showed up. Lord, I remember the time that I asked you for this, and here's where you showed up for me. Lord, this is something that you did for me when I didn't think it was possible, and yet here I am 15, 20 years later, living in the blessing and the prayer that you answered before. See, if we stop and reflect really quick when we enter into a time of prayer with thanksgiving, instead of the vending machine, Lord, what are you going to do for me? It reminds us of who God is. It reminds us of what he's done for us, what he can do in the future. And so there's this complete perspective change. And so church, let me just encourage you as we enter into times of prayer. Yes, there's times to ask for him, to break down, to confess things. We're going to be talking about those things this week. But yet, if there's a time that you can enter into prayer and thank him first for the many things that he has done and that he is doing, it'll completely change your perspective on what he can do in the situations that you're living in right now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.